Trainee is, for the most part, a pretty straightforward run. It's nowhere near as much risk of dying. So I'll try and, give some commentary as I go through, detailing exactly what I'm doing and why. Okay, so for starters, due to the fewer lives you get, you need to cut out a death warp pretty early in the game rather. So, and the level 1 warp saves the least amount of time, so unlike in Hotshot, we're just gonna backtrack to the red door instead of warping back. Not much else to say. 3 missiles worth of holding the primary and secondary fire buttons together should kill the reactor for you there. At the start of that level, you want to shoot your laser twice to open both doors, and then just kind of tricode around the enemies. That first enemy you can slip by pretty easily. You're going to want a death warp here, so go ahead and get in the faces of these enemies when you missile them. You want to get your shield down to, like, preferably between 10 and 25 shield, so that you can just immediately missile the wall right here and die quickly. If you run out of missiles or something for some reason, if you get like tons of shield drops, you can use the lava pit right by the key to help suicide. 4 missiles worth of fire, and then you're good. Let's see. Nothing particularly interesting about this level. Most noteworthy thing is coming up shortly. Right in here, right after these guys, you're going to want to try and squeeze between this guy in the corner, like that. It's a pretty narrow squeeze, it's pretty easy to hit the Hulk. If you do that, you generally end up pushing the Hulk forward, and then you have to kill him just because he's in the way. You're going to want to kill the left one here. The angle's a little more natural from the approach you take to the door. You're going to want to take shots as you approach the reactor. If you get a few hits in before you're level with it and have a clearer shot, it'll be the same as in level 2. You just hold both fire buttons together until 4 missiles come out, and then you're good to leave. Yeah, that gold's pretty nice. That movement right there is pretty tricky to get without getting caught by the claws. You either have to go really fast so that you get up before the claws move, or you gotta actually slow it down a little bit to lure them away from the wall so you have more room to squeeze. Depends how good you are in the movement. And also it depends on what difficulty you're running, because on Hotshot the enemies move more quickly, so you can't really consistently beat them into the gap. Tricording is, it's basically just 3 movements in one direction, one in each axis. So like right here, next time I do a long one, I'll detail what exactly I'm pushing. Like forward, right, and down, right there. Forward, right, up. Forward, left, up. Forward, right, up. Etc., etc. You just gotta adjust your angling a little bit based on however... Okay, I messed up there and didn't have homing missiles selected. You want to, as you come towards this hallway, hit that diamond claw with a homing missile and a spread shot. It should kill it. throw a homing missile down that hallway to weaken that Diamond Claw. Pass the Vulcan Cannon up for now. You'll grab it on the way out. Make sure you grab the forward pack of homing missiles there. Switch to Vulcan, so you can just finish that guy off quickly. You're going to stay on Vulcan for a little bit to open doors quickly. Opening doors quickly is the single best use of the Vulcan Cannon. The damage is okay, but more importantly, it keeps you from crashing into half-open doors as much. One homing missile for this Hulk, one homing missile for the drone blocking the exit. You can hit that drone with a homing missile, it'll clear up one of the enemies that likes to block its way out, on your way out. Since you have a spread fire cannon now, reactor is simply 4 missiles worth of firing again. Now, we start getting light drillers here. They're still dangerous, but nowhere near as dangerous as the hotshot. So I'm going to approach them a little more recklessly than you saw me doing in the hotshot run. Oops, missed the passage. Shield is also much less of a concern since you're taking less damage and also getting much more from a given pickup. Now, in order to consistently survive this trap, you need to have a pretty good tricord angle going. I actually grabbed that invulnerability out of habit. You actually kind of, on Trainee, ideally you want to skip the invulnerability. You don't really need it. Getting the exact right amount of damage on that reactor is pretty difficult because of the Red Hulk shooting at you, shaking up your aim quite a bit. Generally, I go for about 5 missiles, and that's generally enough. You don't really want to go further into the room, though, because then you alert the other Red Hulks in the room, and your aim just gets even shakier. Get in front of that spider long enough, just long enough to lure it out from the door, and then sneak behind it. As soon as you get the yellow key, you just shoot the lava until you die. 3 missiles in the corner to soften yourself up for this next death warp. And then just missile the wall as soon as you get it. Make sure to grab the homing missiles. You'll want 9 homing missiles before you go into the boss. And you want homing missiles selected. And the hardest parts of fighting this boss is getting homing missiles to hit him because the homing missiles do not lock onto bosses. They will instead lock onto normal enemies in the area. So you have to make sure you're using an approach to him that will make them still hit the boss despite locking onto nearby other enemies instead. So, you know, put him between you and other enemies, basically. don't really need the cloak to fight that Red Hulk, so I grab it afterwards. In fact, the cloak is honestly debatable whether it's worthwhile. I usually grab it because in most cases it makes the room coming up here a lot smoother. Less prone to get every lifter in the room woken up. We don't need the invulnerability, so we take this route instead, where I go on the hot shot. As soon as the 5th missile flies, you're good to go. Laser upgrade to the right here. You don't really need the cloaking device I go after in Hot Shot when you're playing Trainee, so just ignore the enemy there. That said, you know, when you're just learning the game, if you want, you can go ahead and go for any extra cloaking devices and invulnerability pickups. In most cases, any that I go for in Hot Shot are very small time losses that, you know, and it's more worth it to take that second or two of time loss than it is to skip it and then die, obviously. That was a really bad room. Once again, 5 missiles. Since the 5th missile flies, you are good to start leaving. Same as usual, we want to switch to fusion at this point. It's much more efficient means of damage. Safely ignore the drillers here. Big difference here. Ideally for Trainee, you're going to skip both the cloak and the invulnerability in here. That said, skipping the invulnerability makes the reactor room pretty dangerous if you're going for the fastest possible strats. It's one of the few points I'd say is actually still dangerous in Trainee. Yeah, that was kind of pretty close there. For learning the route, I would recommend grabbing the invulnerability back by the yellow key, or by the yellow door. Pretty sure I am Captain Clever. I want to say Justice said he's not even going to be able to DQ. I'm not sure. If that's the case, he should really get back to the organizers. That's my reactor shot. Justice is who you're thinking of. Throw out a couple homing missiles in there to try and take out the drillers early. Oh wait. What I just did there is a hotshot strat. We don't care about these guys right here. You just, you want to head straight back to the red door. Wait, no. No invulnerability in Trainee. Yeah, I've been running hotshot so much lately, I don't really remember, like, or more rather that the hotshot route is just committed to my muscle memory right now. I just started doing things that I don't do on Trainee without even thinking. Five homing missiles I think will be enough. Alright, if you're just learning the game, I would recommend grabbing the cloaking device here, like I do on hotshot. But ideally, in an ideal run, you're gonna skip it on Trainee. In fact, you're going to leave quite a few Red Hulks alive on Trainee if you're going for the fastest possible strats. Yeah, my mouse pad's falling off. There we go. We'll leave that Red Hulk alive, and the one in this room. Okay. Pretty much same strat for the reactor room as in hotshot. It's a little easier since enemy homing missiles are a little easier to dodge. And they don't move as quickly. Small Hulk getting in my way a little bit there. Ah, okay, that's good enough. I don't have a room yet. Ideally, I'd like a full room so that the hotel costs are a little lower. Okay. So you want to try and grab the smart missile that's kind of on the way to the blue key, so that you can protect against bad mat send spawns here. Throwing out that smart missile will kill off any light drillers that are on the front of the pack. Makes it a little easier to rush by there. Oh, gold. Gonna skip the Mega Missile here since I'm not gonna be using it on level 20 like I do on Hotshot. The Red Hulks are not enough of a threat to warrant it. That cloak is actually unnecessary too. Once again, just Hotshot muscle memory kind of taking over.
Self-destruct sequence activated.
Yeah, honestly, I'm still not sure if I'm going to be staying for the whole thing or just for a couple days. You know, I need to kind of... Part of it is dependent on if I can get a full room or not for the whole day. Because if I'm, like, footing the full cost for a room by myself, there's no way I can afford to stay the entire event. Well, movement is something that, you know, it's... I know it's kind of cliche to say it, but you just gotta practice.
Self-destruct sequence activated.
Like, there's, it's pretty hard to really describe exactly, you know, how to do a good trichord. It's just something you kind of got to get the feel for. gonna waste time if I try and farm out cloak. Should just go without it. I have 100 shields, so I'm gonna try and skip the invulnerability here. There we go. That worked fine. Hey, get off of it. Yeah, you gotta watch for the corners of those slope blocks in that room back there. It's really easy to get caught on those. You're gonna want to soften yourself up with this lava a little bit. Suiciding right there is quick. You don't want to do that in hotshot though, only trainee. Ugh. With a well-aimed shot, you can take both of those guys out in one shot. It saves a little time, but it's a really particular angle that's kind of hard to get with the fusion. You want to start charging that fusion shot right as you pass that light back there. And then 2 shots does it. The fully charged one, then just a quick one afterwards. As you can see with Trainee, you can just go in and tank the homing missiles long enough to take out the reactor. It's no big deal. Let's see. Start charging around when we get to the smart missile in there. If you do it right, it should only take 3 shots that you can take as you circle around the reactor. You're going to want to start overcharging as soon as this level starts. Probably won't have enough lives to do the death warp for this level, so... I just realized I accidentally grabbed the invulnerability. That's not intended. That's actually very bad. I'm gonna have to hope that the cloaking device at the end will carry me. Yeah, Wolf 3D's engine is something. Okay, that worked out okay. Despite having to kind of wing that quite a bit. On Trainee, we're going to delay killing the Red Hulk here until after we have the red key. .144 shield is good enough. I'm going to skip that shield stash. Fusion shot and the smart missile will do it. Drop more mines here for this trap. Fusion Hulk there was not an expected position, so I took some extra damage. But everything worked out in the end, I guess. Gonna skip the invulnerability. It's not nearly as necessary on Trainee. flight stick. Kill that guy. Oh man, my mouse pad is completely falling off my desk. Oh no! Here, get it back on between levels. Okay. We're gonna want a suicide here. Try and take out both drones so that they don't get in your way later. A drone blocking you can really mess you up if it results in you getting hit by one of the fusion hulks outside. You want to hit the door containing that vulnerability. It permanently stays open once it's opened once. It saves you a little bit of time to have it reopen. It's also worth noticing that the you can grab the cloak. I got it earlier. In the room coming up here, you can grab it on the way out instead to make it safer. Make the red key safer. I grab it on the way in though, so that I guaranteed don't have to wait for my cloak to wear off before I can pick up the next one. With a charge shot opening, it should take 4 fusion shots and continuous fire from fusion cannon to drop the reactor. I'm gonna want to open up with the mega missile here to take out the Red Hulk. And then switch to smart missiles to help pave your way through this area a little quickly. Charge shot in one direction to get smart missile. 2 smart missiles to that guy. The last one over to him. Should clear that room completely out. Alright, once you kill this guy, you want to switch to your quad lasers and your mega missiles. This boss is going to be right in here. Grab the invulnerability ASAP, and then just start wailing. That was a nice 3-cycle. Hey, sub 41 in RTA. It's pretty good. Guess I should save the demo. Oh. I guess that's new world record or something. I don't know. I don't care about Trainee that much. 40-28 again.